Which is a common area of conflict for families? There are multiple actually, and I'd like to talk about those. I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about family conflict. In this video, I'm going to be talking about key areas where families might experience conflict, and I have to tell you, some of these areas might surprise you. So what's going to be so surprising? Well, that is that a lot of the conflict that we face as a family actually comes from the same few areas. We're going to talk about those areas and how we can resolve some of that conflict as well. Conflict area number one, not being on the same page. This is probably the biggest thing for most people. In fact, they feel like they don't know how to overcome this obstacle of not being on the same page as a couple or not being on the same page with the parenting and the skills with their children. So I actually have two books for that. This book here, Popular Parenting Methods, it will help you get on the same page with your spouse as you talk about the different types of parenting and the results that you get from each of them, as well as the traps that you might be falling into, and get aligned with each other with this book here, Popular Parenting Methods. Now, this book here, Roles, will also help with getting on the same page, and it will help your children understand your role and their role better. It's a great read aloud. It's a story. You learn through the story of a certain family as they go through the process of getting their roles straightened out so that they can solve family conflicts. If you or your children get confused about your roles, if they don't know they're a learner, and if you forget that you're the teacher, and so the teacher's not teaching or the learner's not learning, then you'll end up having dysfunction in all of your communications. Something will just feel a little bit off. Another reason that family conflict can occur and does relate to still not being on the same page is the family doesn't have a shared vision of what they're trying to accomplish in their family relationships. So in my TSG parenting course, I talk about creating a 20-year vision for the future. And depending on the age of your children, it might be a 10-year vision or a 20-year vision. But the purpose of creating a vision and how to make a vision where everyone can have some buy-in. Without buy-in, all of those corrections and teaching moments just could seem like micromanaging. Everyone needs to have a reason why they should care about strengthening the family relationships and learning self-government in the first place. After you've created the family vision and you've gotten everyone to buy into who you're becoming as a family, then you should have regular practice family activities as well as family meetings to check up on how you're doing as a family unit. Family meetings are a great time for the family to get together and to discuss how to solve problems as a group. The more deliberate that you can be in your communication, the less problems that you will have in the long run. So that's what number two is, being deliberate. Plan ahead of time for what types of skills you will have and how you will solve your problems if things don't go the right way. Plan the tone, plan the structure, plan the consequences, make a plan. If you go through your parenting interactions guessing along the way, it will feel like manipulation and it will wear everyone out. But if you're planned ahead of time, that predictability will decrease anxiety and increase the family's ability to connect with each other, even during correction interactions. This brings me to something important, which is corrections. A lot of times parents tolerate too much misbehavior and they don't correct it soon enough. They think they're being merciful by not correcting things, but in reality, they're teaching their children to be entitled with their behaviors and their emotions, that they are not doing the training that they need in order to help the child to learn self-government, fix their behaviors and their relationships on their own. When a parent consistently and deliberately corrects their child or gives feedback in the way of praise as well after a behavior is done, the child's able to analyze and thereby learn self-government, which leads to increased confidence and self-mastery. If we want our family relationships to go well and to not have as much conflict, we need to have skills that we use, and we need to be able to accept the fact that we didn't do it right when that happens. because it will. Consistent teaching, deliberate planning, low tolerances, these are all really important things, but probably one of the biggest things that can lead to family conflict is people getting too emotional and starting to power struggle with each other. Oftentimes when people don't have the skills that they need to solve their problems, they go to their emotional center of the brain to try to do their problem solving. This is misleading. It feels powerful, like they're going to accomplish something, but usually what happens is a very disempowering moment where they feel like they failed. Even if they got their way, they know that's not the way that they should be talking or behaving with other people. What do we do instead? We learn how to keep ourselves calm, how to communicate calmly even if we don't agree with another person. And some of the self-government skills that are on this channel can help with that. Skills like disagreeing appropriately, dropping the subject when you get a no answer, and following through with a corrective teaching, even if you feel like maybe somebody else had some fault in the situation as well. So I want to share with you a story about my husband. There was a time when he learned all the skills that I did, and we were working on them together with our foster children and our children. Then we stopped doing foster care, and he decided he didn't want to do those skills anymore. He started nagging, he started complaining, he started getting more heavy-handed. Sometimes he even was more indulgent because he didn't want to deal with situations and behaviors that the children had. And you know what? He started wearing himself out a lot because he was being much more emotional because he wasn't using his skills. He even stopped wanting to come to some of the family meetings that we were having, which would help us plan for how to be a strong family and to accomplish our family vision. This was super disheartening for me. I'm a praying person, so I started praying. And it took me about 2 years of praying that he would come around before one day he finally recognized that he needed to use his skills or his problems were not going to go away. So he made a full 180 and came back around to using all of his skills of self-government. And then his relationship with his children changed. They trusted him more because he wasn't as volatile. He was happy. He had a lot more capacity to handle the rigors of being a father and running a business, which he was doing at the same time. It's amazing how much just having the right skills to use can make all the difference. So there is a video that I highly recommend that you watch after this one, which will help you not fall into certain traps as you are going through your parenting interactions. That video is called The Expectation Trap versus the Cycle for Success. Click on the link to that video next so that you can stop falling into parenting traps and become the best version of yourself.